Sit. Sit. Oh, very strong light.
Maybe I should go up to the...
Oh,
Santa Clara.
very good.
Yeah, sure.
Respected elder brothers and sisters, and younger brothers and sisters. Indeed, I'm very, very happy having this opportunity, sit together and talk. And among the few Tibetans here, this is somehow long time my friend. Timarbe, Timarbe, Angel. Izang, Shinju Marbe. Oh, Guru, Shinju. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Then, wherever I go, I always, as a talk, how to become happy individual, happy family, happy society or community. Then finally, the 7 billion human beings. Actually, everyone have the right to be happy person. But we generally, I think, too much emphasis about material value. I think neglect about our inner value. I think that is the reason, a lot of trouble, a lot of unhappy person, in spite materially quite successful, but as a human being, unhappy person. That's been noticed. So now here, I want to say beginning, those small children, the beautifully sang. When I saw these young children, automatically reflect my own childhood. So my family, not wealthy or influential, but simply ordinary farmer. I think in my family is the real sort of luxury, richness. Richness is my mother's affection. Because of my mother's sort of affection, in our home, full of, joy. I often used to telling people, when I was there, I'm youngest, her child. So naturally, mother take more care about youngest. So as a boy in farmland, very remote land, no other facility, play all these things. But my mother used to carry me on her sort of shoulder, and while she working in farms or looking after animals like that. So I really enjoy when my mother used to carry me and then go here and there. Yeah. Then eventually, I try to control my mother's movement, hold my mother's two ear. If I want to go this side, go like that. This side, go like that. If my mother don't follow my wish, then shout, go like that. So, I think fortunately, all my brothers, sisters, I think we never saw our mother's angry face. Really wonderful, really wonderful. So I feel now, I always feel, oh, that's the real sort of blessing. I grew up with that sort of blessing from my mother. So certainly later, of course, training about the value of compassion, a combination with human intelligence. So that immense help. But real original seed is it come from my mother. So then here is everybody in the hall, and further look, 7 billion human beings, all is come from their own mother. All received maximum affection from their mother, from their parent. So these young children, at young age, real, the value of affection is very, very strong, very fresh. Now the question, why 7 billion human beings come from their mother and nurtured by mother's milk, then grown up with mother's affection or parents' affection? Then why? There are many people never bother about this inner value, but rather also just because of the human intelligence, and then sometimes intelligence with self-centered attitude and materialistic life. So then these sort of unhappy people happen. And then also not only unhappy individually, but really creates a lot of problems. And don't care about others' right, and manipulate others' right, and use or exploit others. So a lot of unhealthy sort of things among the humanity, not only in the past human history, but even today, happen. So now, that situation is truly now helpless or
if there is nothing one can do about it?
No. Basic human nature is more gentleness. Because, as I mentioned earlier, we all equipped affection. And after all, we are social animals. So biologically, there is strong sort of tendency in our emotion, something which
bring together.
So individual survival depend on rest of the community. So cooperation, as this
in the lyrics of one of the songs, talked about cooperation.
By nature, as a social animal, you see, we really need that. So full of hatred, full of suspicion, distrust, how can develop genuine cooperation? So all these, so therefore, basically we equipped the seed of compassion. Now the problem, at the young age, these are very, very fresh, very alive. But then grown up, neglecting these things. So in materialistic way of life, then these are not necessarily very direct sort of link.
Relevance.
So therefore, we need special effort to educate people, to remind people the affectionate feeling or attitude is whole rest of life is something very important. With that strong feeling, and then every human activities can be more compassionate action, no matter what field. Now, for example, economy. Economy development, meantime creates corruptions or gap rich and poor, exploitations. These are clearly show lack of affection, lack of respect to others' right, lack of awareness about others' feeling. Any other sort of human activities, even warfare, carried with human affection, the damage will be limited. So therefore, warm-heartedness or affectionate sort of mental attitude is something very, very important. If we want 7 billion human beings on this planet, more happier one, we need that. And also environmental issue. Just self-centered attitude and materialistic thinking, then no bother about the environment. Individual environment not directly, immediately affect.
No.
But when we think in the terms of 7 billion human beings, then ecology is so important. And other animals. Now some cases which is overfishing, some now fish, the number disappears. Terrible. So we have no sort of sense of respect to lives. So therefore, now main thing, I believe, through education, through kindergarten up to university level, we must include teaching of compassion or teaching of warm-heartedness. Not simply, you see, the love, compassion is something holy or something important, precious. Not that way. It is something very relevant in order to become happy human being, happy family. Now, health also, now very much, as you briefly mentioned, health also. Now, medical scientists now really found through their research and experiment, more compassionate mind automatically develop calm mind. Because compassionate mind creates self-confidence and inner strength. So that brings more calm mind. That extremely helpful for maintain healthy body. With inner strength, more compassionate, less anxiety, less stress, no matter what busy work, but will not create much of
disturbance
or say tense
stress.
Stress. If you think more self-centered attitude, then more anxiety, more stress. Then these automatically creates hypocritical way, saying something nice, doing something different. That destroys trust from other. Without trust, how can develop genuine friendship? And you yourself will not be happy, ultimately, in deep inside, lonely feeling. You can't trust in this, can't trust in this. And you carry your life more hypocritical way. Then in deep inside, much anxiety. Anxiety brings anger. Anger destroys our health and friendly atmosphere in our home. So you see, thinking deeper way, then the compassion is something very, very important. Every human activity is carried with compassion, then become more human way and constructive, beneficial. I think we in human sort of history, the medical, as they say, usually you see taking care about others' life, others' well-being. I think modernized medical care, then, as you mentioned, business. One time I heard some of my friends told me some financial field is a construction of prison.
Right.
So, a lot of construction of prison. So, need prisoner. Strange. And I think only business way, we need more sick people. Then more opportunity, make money, isn't it? So these things really only think about money. Then also, I think if you think only money, then those military factory, you see, use more bullet, more production, more weapon, or selling weapons in different parts of the world. Really terrible. So, in business field, certainly moral ethics are very important role. Then, of course, health or education in every field. But then, I think basically, compassion brings mental peace, mental comfort. Economy, material bring us physical comfort. Since we have this mind and physical, we need both. If we only think, only talk compassion without thinking material development, then that's unrealistic, not practical.
Yeah.
We need, now today, out of 7 billion, a lot of people under poverty.
Poverty.
Really terrible. In big cities, particularly in Asia, a lot of homeless people, street children, same human being. I think there is not sufficient resources to take care of these, but quite often, you see, just because of
Ignored.
Ignored. The other day in Delhi, I think 2-3 months ago, one day I passing through, I was in the car, a lot of people coming and going. One girl, this is some handicapped,
Cannot walk properly. With 2 sticks she was walking.
Then her eye, I noticed much of her sunk.
With sunken eyes.
Clear because of the indication of hopelessness. A lot of people coming and going. Nobody pay attention about that. I really feel very sad. So, we really need educate about sense of concern of others' well-being. So this is for one's own sort of happy, because of the concern about one's own happiness. More taking care about others' well-being, give more happiness to others, you get maximum sort of happiness. Forget others' well-being, think oneself, result, you suffer more. So that way we can teach people. Since many years I express we are selfish, but be wise selfish rather than foolish, short-sighted selfish. So these things really depend on education. So that's my view. Thank you. Now some furthermore. Thank you.
Thank you. Well done. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.